So if you haven't heard about this dramatic Jojo Siwa transformation by now, you're more than likely living under a rock, or you just have a more interesting life than I do. Jojo Siwa's wild rock and roll person rebrand has been so overwhelmingly underwhelming and slightly controversial. Let's talk about it. Do subscribe to this channel. This is my reaction channel where we talk about anything and everything, and I fall really far behind. Okay, so if you don't know who Jojo Siwa is, get ready to be slightly irritated as I introduce this child star for children to you. So Jojo Siwa is a popular, we could say, amongst a certain group of people. Jojo Siwa is a popular American singer, dancer. Apparently she's also an actress. And she also has a YouTube presence, right? So she gained fame through Dance Moms, which was a show all about this woman who was like a dance teacher verbally abusing young children. And she was in this at some point, but she basically went on to have a very successful music career. We can hate it and say it was successful at the same time. Now, she has a very, very particular style when it comes to her own costumes, I'm gonna call them, music, all this kind of stuff. It's bright, it's sequency, it is diamantes, it's a kind of thing you look at and think, oh my god, how long does it take to remove all of that at the end of your show? It doesn't necessarily look great, but you know, kids don't judge that kind of thing. Do they? I don't know. But her whole thing is being super upbeat, full of energy, kind of annoyingly so, in my opinion, and I'm allowed to have that opinion, in most of her content. Think like a child star who just drank 10 Red Bulls, right? She's also known for her really slicked back hair and bows. So that's a selling point. She is basically a child star who's becoming an adult but is still for children. Now, she has been in a lot of controversies, right? But today I want to focus just on, that can be a whole other video, just on this rebrand, because it is delusional. And apparently there's a bit of theft involved, so we'll look at that too. Recently, she's become tired of her child-friendly persona, and like most Disney stars, she's not a Disney star, but I think she's comparable to a Disney celebrity, you know what I mean? She is going through this phase, through this stage where she wants to grow up now and move on from that child-friendly persona. So she started teasing, my hair's so fluffy and dry, I'm so sorry. She started teasing this new era for herself. And she was on the Jennifer Hudson show, poor Jennifer Hudson. And she basically had to say this.
Jojo, you coming out with some new music.
What?
Yes. Girl, tell us about it.
I can say, look, I got this really cool tattoo on my hand, and actually yesterday I gave the heads up, hey, it's not for kids anymore.
Oh, you let them know.
I think there's a reason why people who have come before me have had this moment. Take with that what you will, what you'll assume, and I'm really excited to have this moment. It's something I've been looking forward to for 3 years, 4 years now, really heavily.
So she's showing this tattoo on her hand. You know, I feel like hand and neck tattoos, I think they're beautiful, but I know a lot of people see it as, this rebellious move. And she's like, hey, it's not for kids, it's not for kids, while sitting there wearing everything sparkly, you know. Not that sparkles are just for children, adults like sparkles too. I also have to add in this clip because it looks like she's wearing the same thing she wore on the show. And she's using this sound on TikTok that's warning, this content isn't for kids, and she's like, oh.
Warning, the following content is not made for children and may be disturbing or offensive to some viewers. May contain sexual themes, violence, strong language, dramatic scenarios, and flashing lights. Viewer discretion is advised.
You see, it's warning, violence, blood, death, eating babies. So here we are, expecting Jojo to take us, backwards, sideways, down to hell with her. And you know what? I can see the need of a want to escape that child-friendly persona. I mean, she's been doing it for years and years and years and years. She can't be doing the same thing her whole life. People like to change things up a little bit, but she has been doing this since being a child, same costume, same everything. My thing here is that she thinks it's a bigger deal than it is.
What I truly enjoy about this comment is absolutely no one does.
No one knows what's happening. No one knows what's going on. I do. I know what's happening. Nobody else. It's so fun to watch.
And I think she feels she's making this huge life-changing change, and it might be for her on the inside. I'm going to tell you why it's not. And she also posted this clip. It was like, this is it. Officially my last day being a child star. It's cut off. Cut off on the Monday. Children are still gonna like her. She's still a child star because she was a star when she was a child. Don't really think you can put a date on it, but I know what she means. It's like the last day before she releases or does this huge thing that's gonna change her career, bring her from that child-friendly star to this outrageous new thing. She was like, it's a new era. Karma's a bitch, which is the name of the song. There's no going back now. So you're like, oh shit. Something really serious is going to happen. There's no going back now.
Tomorrow we'll be into the world of karma, and then there is no turning back.
But the biggest issue with this rebrand isn't all this that's happening before. It's the rebrand itself, or lack of rebrand. We are here on launch day of Karma's a Bitch, her new song, and what has changed is she now wears black.
It's fucking out. It's out. Karma's a bitch. Karma's out. Go watch it. Links in my bio.
She wears black now. Change one. So crazy, so spooky. But her rebrand, actually, she doesn't call it a rebrand. Her and her team call it a launch because it's not a rebrand, which I would have to agree with. It's not a rebrand. So this is it. Let's look at it. She has another off the face, hair up, dance appropriate hairstyle, which I guess she'll need because she does a lot of dancing. Still covered in diamonds, right? Diamantes. And this horrendous face paint deal, situation, style, design. This is terrible. Listen, for those who know me, I am a professional makeup artist. I have been for many, many years. So when I saw this, I couldn't help but pick it apart. I couldn't help but pick this image apart. Let's look at it, right? I made some notes. I've made notes over a few days because every time I see it, I have some advice for her team about this because, yeah. Because I was like, oh wow, they really let her take the reins, do her own makeup, you know, do whatever. Someone is doing this for her. Someone is producing this face for her. She's paying someone to do it, to make this thing. Right? Let's take a look at this. I don't even know what it's meant to be, but I tell you what, if I was a makeup artist being paid for that, I'd be like, oh, fuck it. I can do this for 10 years and get good money. It's minimal effort. So sometimes we get these two, what I'm describing as like stars, even though they're not. Sometimes we get the black star. Sometimes we get like this white design, which I think is like the white, her pure innocence transitioning into her like rebellious side. I don't really know what to say about this because I don't get it. I've seen people be like, oh, it's like Kiss makeup, but Kiss, right? It's not like Kiss. Kiss's makeup is symmetrical, one, and it's actually very well done. And it's although it's visually quite shocking, it's easy to look at because it's symmetrical and it looks well, it looks uniform each time. This, it's like these irregular stars with like random spikes. Is it a star? Are her eyes meant to be falling out? I don't understand what's happening. My suggestion to her team also, because the texture is terrible, is airbrush. Airbrush this on. It will save you time. You can get a latex stencil, a thin stencil you can just hold against her face if she's allergic to latex, use something else. Airbrush it on. Done. It's going to be regular every single time. Even the airbrush look around the edges, if you wanted to do that, would look more like graffiti, perhaps giving her more of a realistic rebellion look. You know what I mean? Because people are like, oh no, graffiti, so crazy, so rebellious. But it would look a little bit more, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. It wouldn't look like a 3-year-old had done it. It'd be like, draw some stars on Jojo's face, you know? I have two big issues with this also. One is the lips. I cannot stress enough the importance of using a liner, whether that's an eyeliner or just a black, or just a black, I don't know why I went American, or just a black pencil around the lip to even out the shape of the lip. You are using black, a solid, strong, bold color. If you're gonna use it on a thinner lip, the lips are gonna look thinner. All you have to do is connect the lip one into the other, make the lip a shape like a uniform shape, right? This goes for everyone who wears black lipstick on Halloween as well. I know it's just a costume, but please line it. And this, I don't know what this is. It's not so much the idea, it's the theming. This, I mean, it looks like something growing from up here and growing into like a little flower here, right? Her soul. It's almost too pure in terms of like your body's, you know, your body is rising up for your body and then growing on your chin. It's not like menacing in any way. You know what I mean? It's also just terrible design. She's so sparkly and glittery and all, and it's not like I don't know what this is. And there's this moment of her on this like carpet doing something. And she's like, well, rock and roll. She looks like she's in a Disney parade. She's like, wow, it's all gonna change. Jojo, you look like you, but like Disney has made you a descendant. You're a Disney descendant now, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not what you want it to be. My whole issue with this thing is I feel like her whole crowd, her people, have really hyped her up and almost lied to her and been like, yeah, this is rebellion, this is changing for you, this is everything. And it's like, no, it's really not. You're you wearing black.
A new era of life, we're becoming an adult. How many tits are gonna pop out today? I'm definitely working on 2.
It's just, I just don't think it is what she thought it was going to be. People have been hyping her up in a way where someone should have took control and be like, okay, this idea isn't being executed very well. Let's take a look at it and redo some ideas, redo everything. But instead everyone's been like, yeah, no, you look great. This looks amazing. Those stars in your eyes don't look like an evil crow has taken a shit on your face. All Jojo Siwa knows is this, like, you know, ooh, pop, ooh, Claire's Accessories-esque. You know, if Claire's Accessories was a celebrity, it would be her. So her version of like rebellion and growing up is still quite immature. She's still incredibly child-friendly. So I'm in another mind about this. I'm like, is this really Jojo being like, you know what, I need a change? Or is this a good business move? Let's think about growing with her audience, right? Her audience now are probably what, like 11, 12? It's been a long time. They're at that age where it's like self-discovery, you know? A little bit rebellious almost. They want to do things that are a little bit rebellious. To their early teens, you know, they're not quite at that smoking phase yet, but they're on their way. Is Jojo's rebrand a move that moves with her audience in terms of age? She's growing up with her audience also, to a point where it's like, yeah, I'm growing up, but I'm not too grown up. Grown up enough to use the word bitch, but, you know, not be too threatening. It is a good business move, and let's face it, Jojo is a business person. She's made a lot of money, a lot of money. Is this just a business move she's doing? And you know what? Maybe we'll see her in another 5-6 years make another rebrand and grow up a little bit more. Maybe she'll be a country singer. We do need to touch on the fact that she said she wrote this song and in fact completely didn't at all. I'm gonna be 100% real with you. It is a very catchy song. So just know there is a version available that Jojo Siwa doesn't sing. So she said that she wrote it when in fact she purchased the song, which is fine. It's fine, you don't need to lie about it. It's fine, you don't have to be a songwriter. So it was originally sung by an artist named Britt Smith. She recorded this and made a whole video a little while ago now. There's also a claim that Miley Cyrus recorded a demo of this, which I can actually hear this song in her voice. I think she would have done that really well. So TMZ asked Jojo, they were like, okay, everyone's saying, you said you wrote this song. Everyone's saying you stole it. What's the deal here? And she said, I need to read this quote, there's no such thing as stealing. Oh my God, someone let the prisons know. Let those people free. What happens is people write songs and then they don't do anything with them. Yeah. Then a few years later, it makes sense for another artist. Yes, but you still claimed you wrote it, Jojo. Why lie? You don't have to say you wrote it. We all know a lot of our favorite artists don't write their own songs. So that's Jojo's transformation from child star to child star who wears black and has terrible face paint. As always, I would love to know your opinions down below. We do have to bear in mind that, of course, I am not Jojo's, you know, ideal audience, target audience, but I am allowed to have opinions on this whole situation. Let me know yours down below in the comments, and I will see you down there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.